Hello people, it's the Secret Anime Fan and today's video is a discussion and I suppose a theory on the Toki Toki No Mi as well as an explanation of the fruit I suppose. Now I am not going to be holding back on any spoilers, so if you're not up to date with the manga then stop the video now, but if you're really interested in this fruit then stick around. The Toki Toki No Mi, or in English as it's known as the Time fruit, has to be one of the most interesting devil fruits in the entire range of fruits. It's definitely unique. This fruit and Lord's Opi Opi no Mi is definitely top 2 devil fruits in terms of uniqueness so far in the story. So you have 2 fruits in the new world which have been separated from the norm of devil fruits. So it's left me wondering, are we going to see a change in how Oda is going in terms of devil fruits? And both these fruits have been used by Oda as a plot device. In Dressrosa, it was the Opi Opi no Mi that was expanded upon, and in Wano, it seems to be the Toki Toki no Mi. Of course, there's always been mythical devil fruits that have been open to providing uniqueness and unique story paths. In Wano alone, there's Kaido and Orochi, and the Odd Paramecia too can provide a unique storyline or uniqueness. Now, I suppose all devil fruits are unique in their own way. Now, this devil fruit is in the Paramecia class and allows the user to send themselves and others forward in time, but you can't go back in time. The last user of the fruit was Kozuki Toki, Lord Odin's wife. Lord Odin was the son of the previous shogun and he later became a daimyo. She sent Momonosuke and his retainers into the future, but seemingly not her daughter Hayori. More on that in a minute. So the devil fruit has the ability to send, I think, at least 4 or 5 people into the future. Now, we don't know if there's a limitation to how many can be sent into the future, but it can be assumed there is one. If you can send a whole village into the future, that would be kind of crazy in my mind. The main benefit of having this fruit is, of course, to jump forward in time to avoid dangerous situations. It's not clear if the user can actually precisely know when they will come out after using the fruit, but she does send Momonosuke and the others 20 years in time. Also, it's not clear if they can do very short distances in time, let's say 10 minutes, or maybe there's a bare minimum. But if there's a bare minimum, it could be 1 day, it could be 1 year. But let's say you could go 1 minute ahead of time, and we assume there's no limit on how many times you can do this, then this devil fruit will be very overpowered if used correctly. Now, you do seem to arrive in the exact same position that you left off from, give or take. That's if you take the only example when it's been used so far, Momonosuke and that lot, them not. That's what I'm talking about here. So maybe a smart fighter, aware of your devil fruit, could use your own power against you. All they would have to do is wait in the same position. But if you could spam this power and if you had quick reflexes and some observation haki and armament haki to counter any attack that would come your way, you could use this fruit to your advantage. Can you imagine category level observation haki with this devil fruit? Also, it's funny to think if you were against with someone with this level of observation haki, talking about category here, could they know where you would land before you would? Unlikely, as they kind of need to at least feel your presence, or you need to be present. But this funny point does raise the question: if you're a fighter, if you're fighting even someone with this level of observation haki, just a quick reminder, Katakuri had observation haki to such a level he could briefly look forward in time. Well, pretty much. Would they be able to take you out before you could use this devil fruit? So yeah, this devil fruit definitely requires haki to make overpowered. Because if you don't have haki and they have really good observation haki and they can look five seconds into the future just before you're about to use the fruit, they could just throw like a spear or attack you very quickly and you'd come out the worst. Now, if you have haki, it's a whole different story. Now, if you don't land in the exact same position, let's say a bare minimum, you land 10 meter in a 10-meter radius, then this devil fruit is a whole other ball game when it comes to fighting potential. So say that this is part of the awakened devil fruit power ability to determine your position. Just think of its potential. Now, Kozuki Toki was rumored to be from the distant past in Wano. Maybe she didn't start off in Wano, but I think she did maybe start off in Wano, but she ended up in Wano by the time she had been jumping through time all this time. So yeah, it's been assumed she's been jumping through time ever since she ate this devil fruit. Now this brings up the question, just how far back did she come? Here comes the discussion of this fruit's potential and its users. Now the most thrilling thought would be that she knew about the Void Century, or she came from the Void Century period, and what if the reason she left Hayori behind was and not to travel in time? This has kind of been debunked since the new chapter. It's actually been revealed that Hayori was not left. She was not sent forward in time to preserve the Kozuki royal line, or Shogun line, because Momonosuke got sent into the future. If he died, then at least there was Hayori to preserve the family line. But I'm still going to go over this point because it's still possible in some kind of capacity. So what if the reason that, yeah, as I said, she didn't send her forward in time, or that's been scrapped? What if, well, the point I'm trying to make, sorry for babbling, what if Kozuki Toki told her daughter about the Void Century, and in Wano she would tell Robin about it? Unlikely, as that would kind of ruin Robin's dream. But perhaps Hayori only remembers parts of what her mother told her. She was pretty young at the time, and maybe she can just provide Robin with info to find the Rio poneglyph, which I think we know is on Raftel. I'm not sure that Robin does. Either way, maybe she knows about a new poneglyph Robin can find, perhaps the red one that is almost certainly on Wano. Of course, this is all speculation and headcanon, as you will, but the original question still stands. How far back does Kozuki Toki come from? And another question I just thought in my head, is this devil fruit one of the first devil fruits that ever existed? We don't quite know how devil fruits came about. This could very well be one of the first ones not in the series, but in the timeline of One Piece. Yeah, so the original question still stands. How far back did you come from? Now with the release of chapter 939, as I said, it's been revealed she didn't get sent into the future because they wanted to preserve the family line. Sorry for repeating myself. But that doesn't mean, as I said, they definitely could have had some last words with each other, and who knows what those last words were. Just keep that in mind when you think about what I've just said. Okay, now let's move on to the theory part. It's not really a theory, it's just letting you know there are theories out there of the video. I haven't looked too much into any theories considering this fruit, but I am kind of aware that they are out there. So this is all my speculation, but I might look on the internet and add parts to this, add other people's theories to this video if I choose to. I don't think I'm going to do that. This part should be short and sweet, so we're nearly at the end of the video. So what I have seen on the internet, it has been heavily assumed that Hayori, the daughter of Kozuki Toki and brother to Momonosuke, of course, is the current user of the Toki Toki No Mi, and that explains how she was alive despite being slashed by Orochi. Now, do I personally think she has this devil fruit? I like to think not. I'm hoping she has a different devil fruit, maybe a mythic one. I've seen some really good theories so far on that, so I might make a video on that if I ever get permission of the people who have created the theory, because obviously if I'm going to make a theory video that's not mine, it needs to get the permission of the person who created it. Now perhaps Kozuki Toki told Hayori where she found the devil fruit, where she found it. I know it doesn't work like that, but still, you never know. I just kind of like the thought that she might have done that. I actually had more to discuss of all of this, but with the release of 939, it was kind of made redundant, so this video is going to be a lot shorter than it was. It wasn't a lot more in depth, but as I said, that's all been scrapped now. Okay, now the other speculation is Shanks is the current owner of the Toki Toki No Mi fruit. The main point is that people think of the time when Shanks managed to get to Marineford so quick, but here's why I think this is unlikely. As I said before, the only instance we've seen of the fruit being used is when they use it and they land in the exact same position, give or take. So the theory that he was able to get to Marineford quicker doesn't make sense, because he could have used the devil fruit but would land in the exact same position. Now, that's of course, unless I'm making a major misunderstanding of page 9, chapter 920, I thought, where they get transported in time. Read that chapter, let me know what you think, come back to this video and leave a comment. So I'd think the whole thing doesn't stand up. Now, if Shanks or his crew had a teleportation devil fruit, it it would make a lot more sense. Now, I like to believe that Shanks doesn't have a devil fruit, and I really don't want him to have a devil fruit. It would be cool if he did, but I like the idea that he's a Yonko who doesn't require devil fruit, that his Haki's so badass, he's just a badass character, he doesn't need it. Now, let's move on. Now, the question is, will Oda leave the Toki Toki No Mi out for the rest of the story and leave the Toki Toki No Mi as a plot device, or will he actually give it to a character? And if he gives it to one, will it be a powerful one? I've not quite made up my mind on this, of how I would, if I want it to be given to a powerful one or giving it to another character in general. It must be out there. Someone must have it, unless it's sitting in someone's cupboard or something. I likely think Hayori will have it, or at a minimum someone in Wano will possess this devil fruit. Anyway, I don't really have anything left to say, and that's it for this video. If there's anything I've missed, let me know in the comment section. Or if you just want to talk about this discussion, theory, explanation, let me know in the comment section as well. I do anime character stories in my videos, slash overviews, and they cover things like the person's story, history, appearances, abilities, and personality, and their appearance, but I'll do briefly on that. If you're interested in that, I also do theories. I'm going to do theories from One Piece, My Hero Academia, and other manga, ongoing manga. And I'm mainly doing One Piece at the moment, but I also do manga reviews of One Piece, My Hero Academia, The Promised Neverland, and any ongoing manga that I decide to choose to review. Sorry if I've been stuttering here and there. I'm trying to riff off a script. But anyway, please like and subscribe, and see ya. Oh, and of course, if any new development, I might remake this video. I've already had to remake it twice, so if any, it'd be pretty funny if I release this on the day of the chapter release and it gets even more development. I'd be the fool, because I would have to re-record this again. Anyway, see ya.